track comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, the crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Chance alive like a racing heart. Here's a place where legends start. Oh, MaxspeedTV, full throttle run. Broadcast and great chat, second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Thank you, Chevyland.com. Now hurry, get you one, son. Tell MaxspeedTV sent you.
Shopping for a new Chevy? Chevyland stands apart from the competition. Explore over 12 acres and more than 260 vehicles with truckloads of savings, like $10,000 off select new 2026 Silverado 1500s, 1.9% financing on Blazer and Silverado, plus the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months complimentary maintenance. That's peace of mind, only at Chevyland. And that's why we're #1 in North Louisiana. Come see the difference for yourself at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
Welcome back, race fans. Tonight, the TNT 87 series of Season 2 unloads here at Daytona for round number 5. The OP Racing Founders Classic, tonight sponsored by Alex Greene. We'll get more on that and why it's the name of it here in just a little bit with Alex Greene, but glad you all are here tonight, presented by MaxspeedTV. As y'all are wearing chat, my brother is in the hospital, had surgery. He is doing good. He is hurting, though, as y'all probably can see the way he's talking, but hopefully he'll get out tomorrow. But went seeing him today. He's holding up, just walking very slow. But hopefully you get out tomorrow, Bob. Let me know, and of course I'll come and get you. But you know, we got some good action hopefully here tonight. I got a poll already up here this evening. How many will survive? And looks like a lot of you, those that have been in here have already voted, so we'll get more on that and look at that about halfway mark here tonight. Now we are looking here this evening at an air temp of 65, a track temp of 80, 70 laps, 175 miles, a total of 5 sets of tires, 44% fuel. We're going to be at a ballpark of about 15 to 20 laps here tonight. Pit road here at the new Daytona. This is new Daytona, not old Daytona, so they don't have to really deal with the bumps out there on the track. But 60 mile an hour pit here tonight, so I totally spelt pit wrong. PTI here tonight. So it's PTI, not pit. But 60 mile an hour pit road speed here this evening with a pace speed of 70 miles an hour here tonight. I got the point standings up in a TVO this week. And we're going to be looking at those now. Wes Hogue up 5 spots into the top spot at 155 points. Talon Smith up 3 spots into second, 153 points. Anthony English in third at 150. Rick Seabrands in fourth at 147. Vicente Guerrero down 3 into fifth at 146. Mark Mann up a spot into sixth at 145. Joe Thompson, Nicholas Wing tied for the 7th spot. Joe up 2 and Nicholas down 6, both of them at 141. Jason Bergen, Gabe Butler tied for 9th. Jason up 2, Gabe up 1 at 132. James Polsky is in 11th, down 3 spots at 127. Dwayne Corbett in 12th at 116. Brian Elmore up 3 spots into 13th at 102. Eric Laurie in 14th at 98. Steve Loving down 2 spots into 15th at 97. And Matthias Swank down a spot into 16th at 92 points. Of course, points are still really, really close. Still a long season to go, nonetheless. So it should be a pretty interesting race. And it looks like we've got 36 drivers right now in the lobby, and Eric Laurie in the top spot currently in practice. The 27 of Stephen Loving there in second, and Joe Thompson rounding out the top 3 here in practice. Brent Elmore in 4th and Matthias Swank in 5th. But this league has been going on for a long time, and I mean a long time. And I think what we need to do is before we get into, of course, qualifying and into the race here tonight, is we need to go ahead and pull up pull up Alex Greene up here real quick and have a talk with him here tonight. Alex Greene, I know you're down there on the track, but tonight's a very special moment for you guys. And,
it is.
how about you give the fans some kind of an insight on this league and what this is about here tonight, and let's hear it from you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. So 8 years ago today was the first race that OP Racing had ever ran. It was OP is a product of myself, Cody Ober, Robert Payne. Those 2 guys have been my best friends since kindergarten. So we basically wanted to form a league that was super speedway based. And we wanted to build something that was still competitive, but the overall what we wanted was based on the community. And I think that's been what has set OP apart over the years is we've always been about community. We've always wanted to have friendships. I've made some incredible friends through this league, and we've had our ups and downs. As y'all have seen the last couple of weeks, the rebuilding, it's kind of going down, but I know we're on the way back up. This league has been super incredible to me. And if you told me that we'd still be doing this 8 years later, I truly would have been stunned. But I think it's just, a testament to all the admins, all the drivers. MaxspeedTV has been, first race we ever had broadcast, it was race 3, and it was sit here by MaxspeedTV with KR. So we've had some incredible people come and go over the years, and I'm just super thankful to everybody out there watching us, everybody who's ran, whether they ran one race with us, or if you're like Mark Mann and running 800, or yeah, um, you know, somewhere in between, all the admins, all the people that we've had the privilege to work with. You know, OP has been special to me, and I've said it time and time again. I want it to be something that outlives me, and I truly hope that, you know, we're here, we'll be celebrating 25, 50 years on whatever comes after iRacing, and you know, I'm just super thankful that we're in the spot, and that we are, if not the longest running, at least one of the longest running continuous super speedway leagues out there.
Well, y'all have ran a long time, you know, and 19 seasons in one series, I think, you know, and it goes from there. You know, the years doesn't match really the amount of seasons because of how many seasons y'all can do in a year.
Correct.
But you know, the amount of racing too. I mean, y'all do this, you know, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, you know, 4 nights a week. You know, do the math on that. You know, how many laps y'all put in.
I couldn't even begin to. I tried at one point. And I mean, there really isn't a way to get a solid counter on how many races we've won. But you know, the fact that I think what is the biggest testament to me is that we've had guys that have been in this league that were there race one, and they ran every season with us. You know, you have guys like Les Levy.
Yeah.
Travis was there race one, and you know, he may not have ran every season, but he has still popped in with us. You know, life gets in the way, but we always have these guys that, you know, make an effort to come run out with us, and that to me is the biggest testament and the biggest honor I could truly have here. And I'm just so thankful for what the community that we've built here.
Yeah, and y'all, you know, great community, you know, all across the board, from, you know, every series that y'all do to, you know, the admins that y'all have that run each series. I know you're stepping back into the picture. I know you stepped back for a while. We won't get into details, but, you know, you're jumping back into it, and you're going to have a big say in kind of what goes on, and, you know, kind of bringing back the feel of what OP was. And I think that's what, you know, everybody is wanting to see. And, you know, kind of like with what you were going off saying, yeah, we've had some rough stretches and some rough races, but in the long run, Alex, you know it as well as I do, it'll change.
Absolutely. You know, this is a spot, you know, the state of the league address here, you know, we've been here before, and, you know, it has been a priority, and thankfully guys have been patient as we get that going. But, you know, I think I think we'll be back to what we started. I'm really looking forward to Monday starting with the Hall of Fame race. You know, really going to be an honor to induct Randall Cobb into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
You know, it's just the league's been around so long that, I mean, we've had guys that I have watched grow up with us. You know, when Hunter Reynolds started running with us, he was I think a freshman in high school, and just seeing, you know, what he's become. Logan Helton, another great example. You know, Logan made his way up through probably one of the best drivers we ever had. Now in the Pro Series, and we're super honored to, you know, have that, and the fact that he'll come out on a Wednesday night and still race with us. You know, so it's things like that. You know, I've watched broadcasts of some of the bigger races, super speedway races, especially the Sim 500 back when they used to do those, things like that. And, you know, it surprised the daylights out of me, because I've heard the commentators who I've never personally spoke to, and they're like, oh, there's so-and-so, you know, he's an OP guy. And I'm like, how cool is that, man?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm really looking forward to the future. You know, this night's a celebration. That's kind of what the Founders Cup was meant to be. We've never really done a celebration for anniversary, so super honored to have been a part of it, and, you know, say I had a role in getting this thing off the ground.
Well, I'm glad, that we got to know you and everything and got to be a part of it, and MaxspeedTV, myself, Steven, my brother, Rudy, KR, without Rudy, MaxspeedTV wouldn't be here. So it might have been somebody else, who knows. But, I know y'all still got racing and points y'all got to get doing to here tonight. But, it was kind of good to talk to you, kind of get to know the backstory of, and let the fans know kind of, where y'all set, how it all began, and where y'all's at now, and, what to look forward to into the future. And I think that's what we're really looking forward to. But I know y'all got some practicing and qualifying y'all got to do, Alex, so I'm not going to keep you any longer, buddy. Good luck tonight. Have fun out there. You're not the quickest in practice tonight, but, hey, it's not about how you practice. It's about where you finish.
That's the thing about being in this league 8 years. I've never once sat in pole in this. I've never been the fastest in practice here. That's the thing is, when I'll leave you with this, we started the Super Speedway series. I was like, I'm pretty good at Super Speedways. Maybe I can get a couple wins, There is nothing more humbling than getting your butt kicked every week in the league you started, so.
It's always fun, right?
Absolutely. I quickly found out my talents were in keeping this thing afloat, not my driving talent, so.
Oh, man. All righty, man. That's funny. But, hey, at least you have fun doing it. That's all that matters, Alex.
Absolutely. So. It's a blast, and I'm so honored to be able to race with these guys 4 times a week.
Yeah. All righty, Alex. We're going to let you get to it. Good luck tonight. Good luck in qualifying, and we'll see you out on the track, buddy. Awesome job. Keep it up.
Sounds good, bud. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. All right. Well, Stephen Lane is actually up here in the booth with us, but we're going to step aside and play the national anthem here real quick, folks. We'll be right back with qualifying underway here tonight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, 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 brave.
All righty, folks, we're back. They have not entered qualifying yet, so looks like they'll probably pop up with qualifying here before too long. But that gives me and Steven a little bit of time, and Steven's actually joined me up here. Steven, you was trying to scare me, but it didn't work.
No, not this time. You were talking to Alex. I didn't want to interrupt, but this is my third year with OP. I got kind of cut my teeth with OP, Josh, and and my first iRacing win came with OP actually on Wednesday night.
Oh wow! So nice.
Yeah, so I mean, OP has has a special place, in my heart, near and dear. I think the world of all these guys. I've run with just about all of them. I mean, I see some new names out here, Thursday night that I have not run with, but most of these guys, I've run with several nights a week. Alex being one of them, Anthony and Jeff Crosby Jr. I see out there, Matthias Swank. I ran with him, Eric Laurie, Adam Kilday, of course, Mark Mann, Travis Elliott, Jason Kinzer, Gabe Butler, Ron Walters, Harold Rothery. Ron gave me a pretty good push on my win.
Oh, so in other words, you still owe him one.
I still owe him one. I do. I do. And the guy that I was the first one to congratulate me when first win was old Bazente. No press to himself. So, Bazente's a good friend of mine that I've grown to become good friends with, as well as Bubba Winningham and David Overstreet, Dwayne Corbett, and those guys, Andrew Schroeder.
Is Bubba even
So,
here tonight? I don't see him.
yeah, he's in there.
Oh, there he is. Okay, yeah, I see him. Yep, all right. I didn't see him at first, and I had to look. I had to re-look. Well, it looks like they're diving into qualifying here. So, but one lap of qualifying, and you know all about that, Steven. You've done it. You've been out here racing with the guys. You gotta be quick on your one and only lap.
Yeah, I mean, and with these 87s, I don't have a lot of experience and a lot of seat time with these cars, but they are fast cars. New Daytona, they're gonna see 200 mile an hour. And the trick to these cars that I have found out, Josh, is you will have to lift a little bit, to set your car up into the corner and then roll into that throttle once your car rotates and sets up. And they're going to be a handful.
Yeah, we've seen a lot, already this season, and some last season, but we've seen a lot of it this season of drivers getting too quick on that loud pedal, coming off of pit road, and with these cars, and these cars especially, not any car in general, but these cars especially, you got fresh tires, you cannot go gung-ho on that loud pedal.
No, it's going to take a lap or two to get some heat built up in these tires, but they are a heavier car because these are all steel body. They're not like the new, the next gens or even the Gen 6s. They're not as light. These things are heavy, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get some heat built up, but they don't whoa up very fast either. When you pull back on that whoa pedal or press that whoa pedal, you gotta give some room. You gotta be quick on that pedal, or you'll slide right into the accident happen in front of you.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that. Somebody, can't get, and I've seen it where they were already, they were mashing that brake pedal too, but you're at a high rate of speed and they're so heavy, it'll just push you right up into the wreck. So, just because you do, smash that brake pedal does not mean you're gonna stop. So,
no.
Looks like James Polsky grabbing the pole at the moment, knocking off Anthony English there, but a lot more drivers still out here on the track. Coming down to the final 2 minutes and 15 seconds here. Chris Coleman, Jeff Crosby Jr., Wes Hogue. Wes Hogue, one of the guys that, has really been, showing his stuff out here. Talon, doesn't look like Talon made it here tonight.
I didn't see his name out there.
So it looks like he might be missing tonight. That'll help out Anthony English for sure, because he's in third in the points. Dwayne Corbett looks like out on the track or fixing to come out. Steve Loving, he's one of the sort of the new guys, not new but sort of new. Looks like Bobby Wetzel. Just seen Aaron Walker going up into 16th. Mark Mann.
Oh, I see Larry Johnson, but there's so many drivers on my timing screen. But yeah, I don't see Mark Mann just laid down a time here, but nowhere close to that 43-second mark. So
nowhere near. Let me see here. I don't know if Polsky is in Discord or not.
I'm looking. I don't see him.
No, he's not. Doesn't matter. Bobby Wetzel with a top spot.
Wow.
Wow. 43,949. 6/1000ths of a second. Good Lord. Well, I know Wetzel is in.
I see him in team number 4.
Yeah, I know he is in Discord, so I just seen him. Yep, so we'll give it a minute here. And Dwayne Corbett with a 43. Whoa, buddy!
Wow. 9,000ths of a second.
Man, well, now they're going to make me switch again. All right.
At the very last second, he was able to knock him off that top spot.
Well, now I got to find Dwayne Corbett. He is
Team 9.
Team 9. Let's get him up here real quick. Dwayne Corbett, buddy, got a copy.
Hey, what's up, man?
At the very last second, man, you grabbing the pole, knocking out Bobby Wetzel there for round number 5, bud. You got a fast car. We can see it. Is it going to be fast enough here tonight? Good, awesome job, man. Talk about it.
Yeah, I hope we can get it done. That'd be good. I can't believe I got that pole. I thought I made 2 mistakes and didn't expect to be top 10.
Well, it worked out for you, man. But, kind of talk about it, rolling here. You said you made, what mistakes did you make? Did you hit the apron?
Coming to the green flag, I caught the apron a little bit. And then, or coming to the white flag, coming to the green flag, I caught the apron a little bit. And then coming to the checker, I caught the track coming up off the apron.
Well,
yeah.
Well, it wasn't enough to cause any issues. You grabbed the pole out
Yeah, it was
here
like
tonight.
it don't matter.
No, it don't matter.
I'll take it.
Grabbing the pole, starting up front. Dwayne, awesome job here tonight. We'll see what happens, man. 70 laps, bud. Good luck. Awesome job, man.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yep. All right. We'll get him back down there to team number 9. I think that was the team he was in. If not, he'll figure it out. All right. Our grid here this evening. Dwayne Corbett grabbing the pole and knocking out Bobby Wetzel there by, what was it, 9,000ths of a second.
9,000ths of a second. That's crazy.
Man. So Dwayne up front, Bobby Wetzel there with him in row number 1. Row 2 is going to be James Polsky, Kevin West. Row 3, Anthony English, Larry Johnson. Row 4, Steve Loving, Jason Berg. Row 5 is going to be Matthias Swank, Brian Elmore. Row number 6, Gabe Butler, Jeff Crosby Jr. Row 7, Wes Hogue, Adam Kilday. Row 8, Travis Elliott, James Mayer. Row number 9, Brent Elmore, James Young. And row number 10, Aaron Walker, Eric Laurie. Row 11, Bubba Winningham, Harold Rothery. Row 12, Joseph Holder, Jeff Crosby Sr. Row number 13, Mark Mann, Nicholas Wing. Row 14, Alex Greene, Ron Walters. Row 15, Joe Thompson, Rick Seabrands. Row 16, Shane Ward, Vicente Guerrero. Row 17, Jason Kinzer, David Overstreet. Row 18, George Burns, Andrew Schroeder. Row 19, it's going to be one car at the tail end of the field. That's going to be Chris Coleman. But, just because old Chris started back there at the back, Steven, that don't mean nothing.
No, I mean, I have a saying, starting in the back, it could be a blessing, could be a curse. I start in the back quite a bit because, being out of the seat for a while, I'm trying to get back into racing a little bit more, especially with some new equipment coming. Going to really be grinding, getting some seat time in and trying to get used to the new equipment. Hopefully it gives me the, gives me the response time that I'm looking for. But, starting in the back, you have an advantage, but the problem is, Josh, if you get back there, you get out of the draft, it's hard to get back into it. And, if you're in the draft, you're going to get caught up in the big ones.
Yeah. But, you could be in the back and still get caught up in the big ones too. So
Exactly.
it doesn't matter where you're at. But the pace car's down for the first time here tonight. Come into the start zone. And they got to go on green at all times. There's the green. Here we go. Boogity, 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 folks. We are racing at Daytona here tonight for the OP Racing Founders Classic for Season 2 of the OP TNT 87 Series. And Chris Baker out in chat is asking how many laps before a caution. Don't know. Could be 1, could be 70. Who knows?
Looks like we've had several guys start from the pits. Anthony English, Gabe Butler, Eric Laurie, and Vicente Guerrero started from the pits.
Interesting.
Could be planned here.
Yep, looks like James Polsky up front, gonna lead the first lap. Dwayne Corbett getting moved toward the outside line. 38 of West Hogue coming up on him, and I think that's one driver you would want right there with you, but Dwayne's gonna pull it down to the bottom line, and looks like iRacing's running a little bit choppy out here tonight.
I'm going to kind of watch back here. I've seen a little bit of car going off on the apron. Ooh.
Somebody just tagging the wall. That was
the
95. That was James.
Was that James Mayer tagging the wall?
That was James that tagged the wall. Then David Overstreet's falling back too. He might have tagged the wall as well. James didn't really lose a whole lot of ground, but he did tag it a little bit. Now, I don't know about David O, but he definitely fell way back.
Looks like the 45 of Joseph Holder might have scraped the wall a little bit.
Oh.
He's falling back, but he's got Jeff.
We're gonna have
Oh, Mark Mann got caught up into that.
Yeah, and that was that David O?
No, that was Mark Mann, and James Young got tangled up there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Looking to see.
Let's get on Mark here. I think that was the product of the 69 machine. Yep, James Young. Yep, you're right. Looks like he was coming out of the corner and got a little bit too far up. Smacked the wall, and it brung him right back down into Mark, and some contact net code because that car jumped, and unfortunately that's gonna put James up into the wall, and Mark looks like was able to woe it down, and I don't think anybody got into Mark. No. But, man, there was some wrecking still going on.
Yeah, there was.
Looks like the 21 and the 270 come around Mark. 270 right into the back of the 21. And then the 48, we all know who that is. He gets airtime in the wrong way. Andrew Schroeder locking it down. He goes up into the wall. And, well, there's your answer.
4 laps.
4 laps. All right, everybody already coming down pit road.
Like I see a couple of black flags. Yeah, they're going to be clearing those. Yep. They're passing under yellow.
Yeah, you can't slow down fast enough.
Well, on that, there was a damaged car that didn't catch up to the field.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you enter the pits and they don't catch up, you get a black flag for passing under. Yeah. So you get a black flag for passing under yellow.
Looks like
which is they'll clear it for you. So
Looks like Jason Berg, Joseph Holder, James Young. I would imagine James will come down. Anthony English, Gabe Butler. These guys did not come down. Jason Berg had the option to, but it looks like he went ahead and stayed out. I wonder if maybe he's trying to get on a different strategy here. Not the way you want to start the OP Racing Founders Classic, though.
no, it's not.
All right. And is Berg... Nope, Berg is not coming down. So that'll be Berg, Holder. 1-2 coming to the restart. It'll be lap 7 when we go back green. Lights are off.
James Young did use his fast repair.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody else. Oh, well, Andrew Schroeder had to use his, and Chris Coleman had to use his as well.
And so, yeah, these drivers already down to their final car. On the back stretch here, it'll be lap 7 when we go green. I wonder if my brother finally went to sleep.
Well, I seen where he.
Yeah, he's still.
Glad he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's still in the hospital. Hopefully, he'll get to go home tomorrow. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I think he will. He's just definitely hurting, but I know trying to sleep in a hospital ain't fun.
No, it's not very comfortable. Those beds aren't real comfortable.
I think they do that for a reason.
I think so too.
Make people get up and walk, you know.
Well, I'm hoping tomorrow I hear hear from the orthopedic surgeon. Find out when they're going to look at my knee. So.
Okay, well, hopefully you get some news about that. We already know kind of what news it is, but, you know. All right, here we go. Green's back out once again. I'm sure the black flags that we have out on track will be cleared. We can see brand stores burners. Yeah, they got cleared pretty quickly. That's Jason Berg.
There you go. Right, Eric. You go to sleep, and then next thing you know, a nurse comes to get your vitals.
Yeah, I've been in there. I know exactly how that works, but it seemed like they were in there every 5 minutes. What it felt like, anyway.
Oh, 3 wide.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, man. That was the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr.
Yeah, he's dropping it back down, but.
And look who is up toward the front. Started 32nd. It's headed 4th right now. No Presta. Vicente.
You know, that's going to be my pick tonight right there, Josh.
You're going to go for Vicente here this
I'm going for Vicente. Vicente's been running really good here lately. I mean, not just in this league, but in the other leagues too. He's been doing really well. I mean, his racing here lately has been pretty top notch.
Yeah, I am looking as they continue to track it down here on the track. I am looking looking here, it looks like, well, in the 4 races we have ran, Anthony English won round 1, Talon won round 2 and 3, West Hogue won round 4. So, you know, no Talon here tonight. So it's either going to be West Hogue, Anthony English with a repeat win, or we're going to have a new winner out here tonight.
Now, hasn't Vicente won on Thursday night?
Not this season.
Not this season. Okay.
Not this season. No.
He won Wednesday night.
Yeah, I was asked to do Wednesdays, but I'm not doing Wednesdays.
No, I was seeing a post. I think I seen a post or something, and I think it was a Wednesday night wrestling.
Yeah. Zach Fritch actually asked me, and I'm like, man, that's my night playing cornhole, and I'm not, you know, that's not I get to spend with my dad and everything, and so I'm not, you know, stepping away from that right now.
Yeah.
I know next Friday, me and my dad's actually going to Northwest Arkansas to play in a big tournament up there together.
Oh wow.
Yeah, up there at Mercy Northwest, they're having a big tournament up there called Catfish, Corn Dogs, and Cornhole. Now they have like, you know, 80 sets of boards out there. It's outside, so it's gonna be a little warm.
I need to make you a shirt before you go up, or it just says Dorkfish.
Dorkfish.
I caught him, and then on the back I said I caught him on a corn dog.
Oh, that would. Well, that's not a cornhole bag.
Ooh, guys up into the wall back here.
That was Adam.
That was Larry Johnson.
No, that was actually Adam. That was Adam. Yeah.
Yeah, it was back there.
Yeah. That was Adam that kind of tagged the wall there a little bit. We got some. Whoa! That was a 45.
Joseph Holder. And see, that's another thing with these 87s too.
Joseph didn't hold it.
No, he didn't. And you know, these are just like the Gen 4 cars, man. You get sucked into the wall. It's like there's a magnet that runs right along that safer barrier, and it'll keep you up against that wall. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna tell you, it will hold you up against that wall.
Yeah, it's like a magnet. It will not let go, too.
No. You have to lose a lot of speed to get off that wall.
All right, Vicente, Steve, Jason Berg, James Polsky. Oh, we got a yellow.
We got a caution.
Yep, and that looks like Eric Laurie. Oh, yeah, Eric Laurie's going to be in it. Chris Coleman's going to be in it. I think the 22 got caught up in it. Where it actually started with the 22 and the 270 of Chris Coleman. I think Chris might have tagged the wall first. Let's see here, coming into the corner here, it looks like, yeah, Chris tagging the wall, and that's what you was talking about, it tagging the wall, and right there is where the 22 is going to tag Chris, and that knocked Chris down right in front of Eric Laurie, and, you know, these cars, man, and then Chris comes right up on the track and just took out the John Deere Greene's 071 car. Nothing really Eric could have done in that.
No, absolutely not.
He was just an innocent bystander at that point. Man. All right, well, there is our yellow that just came out. So that's going to probably, I would assume, bring them all down pit road once again. They've only been out here at about, well, Vicente's been out here about 13. Berg's been out here 14. So I would assume Vicente Berg will come down. And I would imagine everybody else will come down. I mean, they've been out here, you know, Steven, about 8-9 laps. So.
Yeah, you know, usually on a caution, most everybody will. Looks like I don't see anybody that is lapped down, so it looks like Anthony and them got their lap back on that last caution. So
Yeah, Rowdy's dipping out there, yelling out Black Betty. You know what, that put a song in my head, so I appreciate that. Oh, Black Betty, blam, blam, blam.
oh, good. Y'all don't get him singing.
Put a song in my head. I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to play it now. I can't play it. It's copyrighted, unfortunately. So yeah, y'all's lucky on that one.
Yeah, just don't get him singing. Trust me.
21 of you out there tuning in right now. Appreciate everybody out there tuning in. 5 likes. Can we hit 15, 20 likes out here tonight? Appreciate everybody out there. Eric's saying sing it.
No, Eric, shut up. Don't encourage him. He does not have auto tune.
Nope. All right, Larry Johnson coming out first. Dwayne Corbett second. Jeff Crosby Jr. third. Matthias Swank fourth. Anthony English will be in the 5th spot off of pit road. Oh, Jeff Crosby Sr. did come down pit road, but he missed his box. We'll see what he does. Adam Kilday 7th, Shane Ward 8th, Brian Elmore 9th, David O there in the 10th spot. Everybody in the top 10 but Jeff Crosby Sr. made it into their box, so we'll see what happens.
And we have lost a driver. Chris Coleman has taken his car behind the wall.
Oh, no, he did not have a fast repair left, did he? No, he did not.
No, he did not. He'd already used it.
Man. Unfortunately, a short night for Mr. Coleman. Man.
Well, who can we pick on this this caution, Joshua?
You pick somebody. I've jinxed some people enough. So
well, let's see.
better make it quick. We're gonna be going green the next time by, so and the lights are off.
Yeah, we'll catch up with somebody next
All
time.
right, I think it's somebody between now and the next yellow, and then we'll, kind of go from there. So, but it does look like, yeah, it does look like we've got some drivers that did come back down pit road. Shane Ward.
Oh, Jason Kinzer with the black flag.
Oh, no. Yeah, he is on pit road. I wonder if he, well, he's not a lap down, so I don't know why he got popped with a black. Unless he was speeding, but if he was speeding, it would have held him. So...
No, well, that's a good question.
Tyrone, it is myself, Joshua, and I've got Steven up here with me. Steven Lane. He's real good about scaring me, but he wasn't able to do it tonight because I was in mid-conversation, so...
Yeah, he kind of caught me tonight.
And Steven is actually one of my good buddies out of Oklahoma. He was there for me when I had my heart attack last year. Took over the reins of MaxspeedTV, and him and Dennis, my brother, and I think it was a few others that jumped in and helped, and he got everything squared away while I was recovering. So I have a big soft heart for Steven.
Yeah.
Here we go. Green's back out. Of course,
I just did what I had to do to keep things going, and like I said, I didn't do it for the praise or the glory. I did it because a friend needed my help, and Man, I wanted to make sure you had something to come back to, brother. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did too, because man, I really wouldn't have wanted to start everything over again. You know, as we're gonna go 3 wide back here, getting caught up on that outside is going to be the 46 of David O. Now he's gonna fall back, so that 3 wide's woo! Boy, him and Harold have almost said hello to one another. And,
Yeah, Harold got a little squirrely there. We're still going 3 wide back here.
oh,
Trying to see, that was a 28.
that's Travis Elliott.
Just trying to squeeze through the field.
I think Travis is one of those long-standing OP drivers that they've had for the longest time, and
Travis has been around OP since OP started.
yeah, I know. Oh, we've got smoke coming from somewhere. That would be James Young. No yellow. It is 1 car. But I don't know what happened to James real quick.
I'll take a look at it.
And it looks like he got... Oh, he was the 93, I believe that was. That's what happened to James Young. I'm going to let Steven cover the reins on that.
Let me get to a chase view. It looked like James might have came up just a little bit, the 93, seeing a hole down at the bottom, took that hole, the 93. And 93 kind of down on that line and just scraped his bumper and
just turned him.
Just kind of hooked him and didn't hit the wall. He did a good job, kept it off of the wall and was able to keep it going. So
I ain't refusing to play it. I just got 900,000 things I gotta play. So not refusing to play anything. All right. Ooh, Anthony and Dwayne. Oh, boy.
wow.
Anthony and Dwayne both almost had a little moment there. Dwayne in the 9, and Anthony is in the 44. We've seen them both off the wall. That's scary, man. When you pop that wall, you gotta know your surroundings.
You do. You got to make sure that you're being smooth coming off of that wall, because if you overcorrect, I mean, we've seen it already. Guys coming off that wall and overcorrecting. Now you're coming down into the cars below you. It can get hairy quick.
Looks like Bobby Wetzel taking over the lead. He's already led a lap.
Ooh, door to door.
Yeah.
Hang on to it.
Jeff Crosby Jr. with an amazing save.
I seen a piece of car flying off down into the infield.
Let's see here. Yep. Jeff Crosby Jr. had an amazing save, but he's eating Taco Bell too, so he might get a twofer out of that one.
He's going to need a fire suit.
Oh, right. And a water hose. Adam Kildare making his way up to 4th. Jason.
Oh, no, Alex Greene taking his car behind the wall.
No, what?
Yes.
Oh, no. I wonder if something come up.
Don't know.
He is not in Discord.
He's not.
So something might have come up. He might have had to.
Might have
to leave.
Word.
Yeah, man. Hate it. Especially on a night like tonight, you know. All right, screaming down into turn 3 in the middle of 3 and 4. Steve Loving, Bobby Wetzel. Loving's got 2 laps. Bobby's got 2 laps. They're battling for their 3rd lap lead here. Remember the start-finish line at the middle of the tri-oval, and they're going to go door to door here, but I think Whoa, Steve barely hit Steve out on that one. I don't know
Good
what happened
battles,
to
really.
Alex.
I don't either.
Oh, we got a yellow.
Yes, we do.
Nicholas winged it. I think he had help, though. I think the 22 might have helped him just a little bit. Let's find out what happened to Wing here. And, boy, yeah, I think the 22 come up on him. Yeah, that left front to the right rear. And that 22 just kept keeping on. And that's what spun the 21 machine of Nicholas Wing right up into the outside wall. And was everybody? Nope. I was going to say, did everybody make it around? But nope. Bubba Winningham, man, nowhere to go. And these cars are so hard to turn. You just don't have any reaction time anyway. Bubba just plowing the 21 machine. Bubba couldn't, really have helped it either. So, I mean, he was right there on top of it.
Yeah, nowhere for him to go. He's just... Somehow the 77 got it locked up and spun around.
77, that's going to be Joe Thompson.
Joe Thompson.
So he was able to not get into anybody, but maybe the grass.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I imagine they'll come back down. It looks like we're having a yellow about every 8, 9, 10 laps here tonight. Now, we're 25 laps into this race. We've had 3 yellows for 4 laps. Still have 46 laps to go. So, still a lot of laps left to, for these guys to, get a, couple of green flag pit stops in. So, I wouldn't rule them out.
No, I mean, I think guys are just jockeying for position. I mean, you're talking about a 70-lap race, and it goes by quick when you're running 200+ miles an hour in the draft. So, they're trying to get in a good position, and so you're not going to see a lot of single file racing here at Daytona anyway, because it's such a big track.
Yeah.
Let's pick on Obadimus Prime here. He's in his pit box right now.
He's one of the drivers you don't have to worry about. I think go ahead and grab him. I think he'll be all right. Where is he?
I'll still wait till he gets done.
Yeah.
I know I don't have to worry about him, but
I'm bad about that. I don't like, pulling drivers up when they're pitting, because, if they get a black flag, I'll feel bad.
yeah.
But in a sense like that I would feel the necessary right to tell the admins to, clear the black flag, because, that would be on me.
Yeah.
But looks like he is coming back out onto the racing surface. So if you want to go ahead and get him, you can.
Oh. Where'd I move him to? Oh, come on.
Moved him way up to the top.
Yeah, I wanted to move him here. Mark, man.
Yo.
Buddy, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing it well.
Obadimus Prime himself, folks. Mark, man, out on the track. Just got done with the pit stop. Mark, man, these cars are so heavy. How is the tire wear with these cars out here tonight?
It's hard for me to judge that because I got caught up in a big spin there within that first 10 laps. I can't remember what lap it was on, but so I pretty much burned up my first set of tires. I kept them on. I didn't change them that first that pit stop when I spun, so they were pretty well worn down by the time I took them here. So I don't really know, but they feel like they're wearing out pretty good. But they were already worn.
These they're so heavy of a car, and these Goodyears are kind of greasy anyway. The track temperature's not too bad. We're in the 80s, I believe, on the track temp, but Does that play a factor on how these cars handle
Oh
out
gosh,
on the
yeah.
track?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, the hotter to the track, the more the tires burn off. Quicker that they do, the sooner we get to sideways. So, and the more pushing it does, and it gets to be harder passing. I bet you here on this restart, a lot of people had already taken 4 tires. I bet you see a pretty quick restart here, and a lot of people kind of up in that initial pack before we start falling off, which I'll be one of them, trying to save the
Well,
stick set.
overall, what are you seeing out there as far as a 30-something car field here, buddy?
You know, the racing is good when we're under green. 3 cautions now, 27 laps, which is not actually too bad. I actually think we're going to get a green flag pit stop in here tonight, and it's going to spread the field out. We'll probably end up going green.
All right, well, brother, appreciate you taking the time to visit with us, man. Good to talk to you, buddy. It's been a while, but
Yeah.
I got some new equipment coming, and you're probably going to see me out on the track a little bit more.
Hells yeah. We look forward to it, brother.
All right, Mark. Well, good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
There we go.
Did you put him in the right room?
I think so.
Well, if you didn't, I'm sure he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He'll be speaking his
Well, we got too
strategy.
many broadcast rooms.
Well, I know we got one down here right below the general voice, and then we've got one up there for the Monday. So
I know they need to change that to Monday broadcast room so it doesn't confuse me.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Green's back out. Wetzel, Lovingberg, Polsky, West. Kevin West. That's one of the newer guys. James Bear, Todd Swank, Harold Rodfrey, Travis Elliott, Brian Elmore, top 10 here as we get going green. And, you know, I think Mark might be right. I think we might get a green flag pit stop or two in here. I think once they, if they can kind of calm down a little bit, I wouldn't necessarily say, Steven, they have to go single file, but they do need to be aware of their surroundings if they're going to go side by side. But, if we can get, 1 or 2 green flag pit stops in, I think, everybody will get spread out. Got to stay off that wall, though. Cannot hit that wall.
Here's the thing, Josh, with these cars, really, and that's the reason why back in the 80s you seen a lot of single file racing with these cars. Mm-hmm. Mostly because, you get speeds, we're at 205, 206. Coming out of these corners, these cars have a tendency to push out, especially when the tires start to wear a little bit.
Yeah.
So you need that extra room. The problem is when you're running side by side, you're going to run that outside lineup close to that wall, as we're seeing right there with, I believe that was Kevin West.
Yeah, the 01. Yep.
Getting pushed out towards the wall. As you start seeing probably in the next, probably 3 or more laps here, you're going to start seeing that push out get a little bit more and a little bit more as we go further into this run. And that's the problem you're going to have. And now we're starting to see them going back into that single file line. But here's where you're going to get into another issue. The draft and the runs you're going to get with these cars are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that for the folks that are watching, when we talk about runs, if you get 2 or 3 cars that get into a good draft line, they're going to be hitting speeds. I just seen a 224, which is probably not right. But you're going to see these guys hitting, 215, 216 mile an hour where everybody else is running, 205. So those 3 or 4 cars that are in that good draft are going to go to the outside, and they're going to have a faster line.
Oh, 3 wide. No, well, that ended quick.
Yo, that is Wetzel. Is that not Wetzel? That is
Dwayne.
That was Dwayne Corbett. Not bring out a caution.
Nope, it did not.
Was he the only car that spun out? It looks
Yeah.
like he was. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that did not bring out a caution.
Yeah, and he was actually down pit road too, so therefore, and he didn't get a black flag, so I think he's all right.
No, he is good.
Yep.
Oh, now he got the black
Now
flag.
he got the black. Yeah, man. He will have to serve it. I do. Well, no, it was cleared.
Nope, they cleared it.
They cleared it.
Because he was wrecked down onto pit road.
Okay, so they cleared it, and it looks like he is back out onto the track. But man, that definitely upset that number 9 car. He lost the draft, and he is back into 34th. Still a ways to go. I mean, all he needs is a yellow. He'll be right back in the fight. So
Alex is back out on the track, though.
yeah, and he needs 7. He needs 7 yellows. And you know, being that many laps down, and I know Alex is like, I know Alex is probably thinking, yeah, I don't care if I'm 5 laps down. I don't want that many yellows.
No.
You know. And technically, he really don't need that many yellows. You know, if he stays out and only pits, you know, on certain cautions, he would be able to get, you know, a lap back here and there. So you have to play his cards right.
Wes Ho in the 38 scraped the wall a little bit.
Oh no, yeah, back here in 14th. We have hit lap 35. And at the completion of this lap, folks, we will be officially at the halfway mark. I know Mondays and Thursdays are confusing me a little bit. I know Mondays, the spring fling was 80 laps, so, you know, halfway was 40 laps. And then Thursdays, it was 70, so halfway was 35. So it was confusing me. I'm like, okay, why are we running this many laps? I thought we ran this many laps. And I'm like, oh, wait, never mind. That was Monday, you know. But Monday is going to be a little different story. You know, the Premier Series starts back up. So, you know, they're going to be, you know, back into their, you know, wheelhouse. And I don't know exactly how many laps they're racing. Between 80 and 100, I would imagine. Somewhere in
I know
ballpark.
Mondays they will have stages.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to throw the stage, if they're going to throw the caution. I was not told that.
They did the season that I broadcasted for them. They did.
Okay, and I guess we'll find out more when I get with Steven, or when I get with Anthony on that. But I'm sure it's in the rule book somewhere, so. But do you know how many stages? Did they have 1 or 2 stages?
I believe it was 2.
Okay, so that would make sense. It would being the Premier Series, that would make sense because they have 1 on Wednesdays, I do believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
All right, Gabe Butler making his way up toward the top 10 here. Now, he started in 11th, but I think he was one of the drivers, Steven, that started on pit road, if my memory serves me correct.
Anthony?
No, Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe, Anthony, who else was it? There was somebody else. I think Vicente.
And yeah, I think there was a couple more, but you know, right now it doesn't matter where if they started on pit road or not. You know, they're running right now top 10, top 15. So Anthony English up here. It looks like they're coming up on the 93 of James Polsky. James coming up on the 41 of Vicente Guerrero. Speaking of Vicente, and right up ahead of Vicente is Larry Johnson. You know, Larry's had, you know, some pretty good runs. You know, pretty good season. Currently He's setting, he's not in the top 16 at the moment, but I know Larry has had some pretty good, huh?
The 93, James Pileski was up into the wall a little bit. He's fallen back. He fell back to 11th.
Oh, Pileski. I call him Polsky.
Pulse.
Yep, currently running in 10th. I think he just got around Gabe Butler here. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a good shot there by the 38 of Wes Hogue that pushed him up in front of Gabe, so.
West may be sitting back at 12th right now, but he ain't going to stay there. About 31 laps left here. Now, they have been out here now about 14 laps, Steven. So we're looking at a, green flag pit stop if they can stay clean.
Yeah, what are they running on fuel?
44%, going to be about 15 to 20 laps.
Yeah, probably somewhere around 17, 18, really.
Yeah, well, I'll put 15 to 20 because I know you got a few out here that can pull about a gallon or two out, so.
Well, you got some pitting.
Oh, we do. Yes, we do. Jason Berg. He's the only one.
Only one pitting.
James Young.
Oh, James Young.
No yellow.
He got a black flag. I think he got knocked down through the. Yeah, he got. Did he lose it or did he get bumped?
I don't know. If you want to go back and take a look at it, you can.
Yeah, it was 3 wide. Gabe got bumped up into him, into James. James goes down, cuts the corner in front of the green cone, and gets a black flag.
Oh, no. Now it looks like James has taken his car behind the wall. He has called in and out. He doesn't have a fast repair left either.
Yep.
So
He did take it behind the wall.
we've got too many moderators for people to be mean to one another. So if they want to be mean, they can try. But if I don't catch it, my moderators will. Eric,
Absolutely.
Steven, my brother. We've got a bunch more. Everett, and we got a bunch more that hang out and that don't talk. So, I've got a few that usually kind of stay in the, they're there, and I know they're there because they've told me they're there, but they don't talk. And I'm not going to say who they are because I don't want to give it away. But, they pay attention.
Yeah, that's one thing we will not tolerate. We don't tolerate bashing drivers. We don't tolerate bashing people in chat.
Yeah. Bashing me is one thing. Bashing the drivers, bashing the other moderators, bashing the league, or just bashing people in chat. That's a whole different ballgame. Oh no, the 64 having problems. Larry Johnson. Oh no, Larry.
That is the that is the result of these tires, hot tires, kind of come down pit road. Chris said it's okay to bash Schroeder. That is hilarious. He must know Schroeder Royal.
He knows Schroeder. He knows Schroeder very well. And the thing about Andrew Schroeder is he can take it, and he'll give it right back. So All right, Kevin West, Matthias Swank, Vicente, James, Anthony. We got a big group. Oh, big group coming down. Get a little bit of 4 wide action. Oh no, the 41 Vicente.
Oh, my pick. No, not Vicente.
Vicente.
That was definitely no Presta.
Yep, it looks like he got tagged. Oh no. And he is trying to find his box, trying to get in it carefully. Oh no. Oh, all right. got Kevin West. Gabe's got a black flag.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, probably speeding off.
Yeah, he was probably trying to beat Kevin out of pit road and got his hand caught in the cookie jar on that one.
Yep. Oh, that's gonna buy. Oh, Gabe's having problems too. Oh, you know he is kicking himself on that one.
Absolutely.
I know I would be. Man. Oh, Kevin West. On point. Well, was on point. Bobby Wetzel, Jason Berg. They have already pitted. They've been out here in between 2 and 4 laps. Still can't make it to the end. Still gonna have to. Oh, door to door up front. That was Bobby Wetzel and the 46. That was David O. You get to know these numbers and names. You don't even have to. You could just see the number and be like, yep, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Until they switch it. Drives me nuts.
Well, that's what you always got me because I'm so used to seeing Bazente in the 14 car.
I know. And
now he's running the 41.
Is it running the 41 in here? Because Brian Elmore is in the 14 here in the TNT series. So, just you can always remember too, 14 flipped, 41. That's Bazente.
Yeah.
So, well, that unfortunately sent Gabe Butler way to the tail end. Now he's gonna have to come. He's going to be coming back out onto the track here momentarily, but he's a lap down now. And Dwayne Corbett is the first driver a lap down, battling David O here actually for that lucky dog spot. And it looks like the 9 of Dwayne Corbett right at the moment is going to hold it. But Kevin West is our leader here, folks.
That's true, Chris, because hosted usually, like, if you're running all the official races, it just puts you whatever number you come in at.
Yeah, and they actually set numbers in OP, so...
Yeah.
I know when you come back, I know your number is already registered to you.
Yep.
So, Steven is actually the number 50. So...
Yep.
When he comes back in race, his number is already allocated to him. So when he comes back, that'll be his number. So
I run 50 in just about all the leagues I run in except for one. Old Farts.
Right there with your kind, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I run 89 there.
Why 89?
It was the only number they had available.
Oh, okay.
So I went ahead and took it.
Yeah. The Spring Fling wasn't hosted, so when the premiere fires up Monday, everybody will have locked numbers, so they'll.
Oh yeah, they will be correct because that's one thing that the premiere is known for.
Yeah,
so.
and if it's messed up, they'll check mine, they will check theirs, and if it's on their end, it's just not. It's
they'll
not
fix
pretty.
it, or if not, if it's on the driver's side, they will dock them. They will dock them points.
Yep. Now, if it's on my side, usually it's something to do with trading paints, which is out of my control. So.
Yeah. Well, Tyrondo, I am not famous by any way, shape, or form. But I appreciate that. But I do have fun. I mean, this is fun, and I've got a pretty good setup. Like I said, I just ordered some new equipment. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, and I'm kind of looking forward to getting it hooked up and testing it out tomorrow night. We'll see how it does.
20 to go. Go ahead. Oh, Jason Kinzer is behind the wall. He is done, it looks like.
Well, he didn't have a fast repair, and I think he might have got into something. But I've just been having some issues with the current wheelbase, Josh, that you know, as far as feeling and responsiveness, I guess you could say.
Okay.
So, uh, you know, it just, yeah, I think it was just because of the upgrades and updates that iRacing did. The older wheelbase that I've got just wasn't communicating well enough. So,
Oh man. Well,
I think that was causing a lot of my problems.
No, I guess, you know, get in, get some seat time, get some practice with the new setup, and then, you know, kind of go from there. Looks like the old one of Kevin West. Wes Hogue, I knew he wouldn't stay in the back.
Oh no, he trekked his way right up through there. So
Well, Wes Rowdy, as he was known last week, he raced in honor of Kyle Busch. So he changed his name in Discord to Wes Rowdy. So I don't know what it's going to be tonight. It might be Wes Exxon for all we know. Who knows? Who knows? He changes it every week. So, but running up at second right now, Adam Kilday. Setting into the third spot, James Polsky fourth, Bobby Wetzel running out the top five. Now, they are going to have to pit one more time for sure. The question is when. Now, here's something interesting here, Steven. We got 18 to go. Jason Berg has been out here 12 laps. Now, Jason will... Uh-oh. Somebody's slow. Who was that? That is the 48. Oh, no.
that's the 45 of Josh Holder, Joseph Holder.
Oh, 45. Yeah, Holder. Yep. Oh, no.
And he is down on the apron.
Yep. He is off the racing surface. I wonder if he'll... Yeah, he's going to...
Oh, they just threw a caution.
And there is a yellow. Yeah. Wow. All right. So, it took me back to Dwayne Corbett here for some reason. I don't know why, but it did.
A lot of times, iRacing will throw the caution because he was still, even though he was off the racing surface,
Yeah.
he stopped close enough to it.
Oh,
It did that to me right before I towed on Sunday night, one night,
Yeah.
and whoa.
All right. Yeah, I'm fast forwarding it. So, all right. Well, this is going to change the game here.
But yeah, I had run out of fuel and I'd stopped, and as soon as I stopped and hit the toe, it threw the caution.
Wow.
So
you really got to pull it all the way down off the racetrack, pretty much almost to the wall before it won't throw yellow.
yeah, you know, it's iRacing. It
Yeah.
does what it wants to do. So.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I am
Well,
sure
Josh,
that's going to change everything. That's going to put everybody in, you know, in the field to make it to the end.
absolutely.
So,
Well, Josh, man, thanks for having me up here. I am going to call it a night.
okay, Steven, I
And,
appreciate it, man. You're welcome to
yeah,
jump
go-
up here anytime,
I know I am.
even if you
But
scare
I
me.
wonder. Well, got to keep you on your toes, buddy.
My tippy
But,
toes, right?
Yeah, well, you know, got to make sure your ticker's still working like it should.
Oh, it's working.
So, but anyway, you know, I'm gonna go get me some rest. I got to work tomorrow. I think we got quite a few guys off, so it's gonna be pretty hectic tomorrow, I think. So,
That's what it sounds
but,
like.
yeah. So, but anyway, glad to be up here, especially on not like tonight. You know, it's a special occasion with OP, and I think I'm gonna pop down and holler at Alex if he's still in chat here somewhere or in Discord, and I don't know if he is or not, but But anyways, you know, thanks for having me, and enjoy the rest of the
you're
race,
welcome.
folks. And I will talk to you later, Josh.
All righty, Steven.
All right, buddy.
Yep, later, man.
Bye.
All right, well, that was Steven Lane up here. It looks like Dylan is out there in chat. Need some coffee on. Well, looks like Steven's going to be stepping away here, Dylan. But I don't know. He might want some coffee. You might want to run in there and ask him. All right. So, here we go. Off of pit road, 15 to go. Everybody's made their last and final stop. Depending on any, if any yellows happen or not. James Mayer up top. Jeff Crosby Jr., Matthias Swank, Kevin West, Wes Hogue, Anthony English, Jeff Crosby Sr., James Pileski, Bobby Wetzel, Adam Kilday, Jason Berg, Steve Loving, Shane Ward, Mark Mann, Joe Thompson, George Burns, and looks like coming back down pit road, so that's going to put Brett Elmore and Brian Elmore 16th, 17th, Eric Laurie 18th, Rick C. Brands is on pit road, so going to put Ron Walters. Let's see, Ron is on pit road, so it looks like we've got drivers down pit road here. That's kind of changing the way things are getting lined up here, but we got 14 to go. We'll go ahead and do a couple of things. We're going to go ahead and end the poll here tonight. We're also going to take a look at our caution numbers so far. 4 cautions for 8 laps, 14 laps to go, 17 lead changes so far here tonight. Of course, you can't rule out some more yellows here this evening. We're not done with the race, so took care of that one. That's just how quick my moderators are. All right, coming to the restart here, folks. All right, pace car is down. And the Greene is back out once again. James Mayer on the loud pedal here tonight. Need a couple of laps here late into the race. Of course, always looking to lead the last and final lap. Jeff Crosby Jr., Matthias Swain, Kevin West, Wes Hogue here. Try to say that 5 times fast. 13 laps, will be 12 laps to go here once we get to the stripe. But Jeff Crosby Jr. on the outside. We're going to see a lot of movement as that 0-1 now goes to the bottom with a 44 of Anthony English going to the bottom. 93. Watching the 93 of James Pileski here. It looks like he is going to stay on the bottom. Thought maybe for a second he was going to go to the outside, but nope, he is going to stay on the bottom here. Jeff Crosby Jr., Jason Bird. A lot of side-by-side going on. Now Kevin West of the old ones leading the way here with Anthony English in tow. Anthony looking for his second win of the season. Winning round number 1 to start things off. Of course, Kevin West, James Pileski, James Mayer. Oh, we got a wreck. Oh, this is going to be a big one. James Mayer in the middle of all this. And they are still wrecking out there on the track. Well, Jeff Crosby Jr. also going to be in the mix here. And I think this is actually where it is going to actually start up here with Jeff Crosby Jr. and the 95 of James Mayer. Now, I see what had happened. It looks like the 95 of James Mayer just got loose in that 95 machine. So let's find the 95 of James here. Take a closer look at it here. And it looks like, yeah, just started to, snap loose on him and kind of overcorrected a little bit right there. And then it broke on him right there. Nowhere to go for the 33 right into the back end of the 95. And it was just on from there. The 27, 38. Going to get a piece of it. The 15, the 85. Might have been easier to go through who was not involved in this. The 14, the 27 up top there is going to get some of it. 121. There's a lot of drivers getting a piece of this here tonight. Man, not what you want to see. But as we got to go ahead and get on up here, I want to know who's going to come down and who ain't. I know we're going to have some drivers that's going to come down pit road, no doubt about it. I'm probably going to go ahead and use their fast repair if they've got it. Kevin West, though, Anthony English, James, Bobby. Looks like Bobby's coming down. Got some drivers that are going to enter pit road. All right. Wayne Corbett, Steve Loving, Brian Elmore, Adam Kilday, Ron Walters, Gabe Butler, Jeff Crosby Jr., Wes Hogue. Oh, James Mayer does have a black flag. Eric Laurie, Harold Rothery, Vicente, Andrew Schroeder, all on pit road. Some of them's coming off here. But 10 laps to go. Chris out there saying 2 more, at least 2 more, right? Well, we're sitting at 5 right now, so you're going to say we're going to be going to at least 7. Can't rule it out. Of course, after the white flag, there are no more yellows, so we do got to get to the white flag. Well, a big shout out to Alex Greene out here tonight, sponsoring tonight's race. I know his night, unfortunately, was cut a little bit short here this evening. But we do want to give a big shout out to Alex Greene out there. Of course, before we get into the green here, we do got a driver card we got to go over here tonight. And that is going to be the 85 of Adam Kilday here this evening. And we got a lot of driver cards here we're going to be doing this season. I was going to do this at the beginning of the race and it totally slipped my mind. But driver card Adam Kilday. A big shout out to Adam and, good looking cards out there here tonight. Now, you can't order them, at least not yet. So I don't know if Bubba's working on that or not, but I think it'd be kind of cool to have these driver cards though. But that is our driver card here tonight. Of course, next week will be a different driver, and we'll go from there. But we're going to get a restart here. Kevin West, Anthony English, James Pileski, Jason Berg, Matthias Swank, Jeff Crosby Sr., Mark Mann, Joe Thompson, Shane Ward, George Burns rounding out the top 10. Give and take is out of the well, I mean, there's only so much at this point, Chris, about, you know, that you can give and take. I mean, yeah, it's go time now. $21 out there still tuning in, 7 likes, still shooting for 10, 15 likes out here tonight, folks. Let's see what we can do before we end the broadcast here tonight. All right, Greene is out, and it's go time, and we are already going to be wrecking. Right now, no yellow, but I imagine we're going to have one here. Yeah, there it is right there. I do want to find out where this all started. Right around the 1566. Let me see here. Well, let's get on Matthias. Find out if this is where it started or not. And I believe that this is exactly where it's going to start. It looks like the 15 up top side here was all over the back end of the 121. And that pushed both the 121 to the 15 down, the 15 into the 66. And then right back here, we're going to see a wreck right there between Andrew Schroeder as they're going to go 3 wide. Andrew Schroeder, Bobby Wetzel, and Dwayne Corbett. Probably these guys trying to dodge it. I know Bobby, it looks like Bobby shot the gap here and just not enough room. It looks like the 48 and the 09 got collected together, and then that's what's going to cause this wreck. That sent the 48 up into the wall, down into the 09 of Bobby Wetzel, and then the 48 shoots down into the 41 of Vicente Guerrero. Vicente, an innocent bystander here. He's going to get caught up in it. Man. So a couple of incidents going on at the same time. Looks like the 64 locking it down of Larry Johnson. I think Harold kind of got mixed up into this too. I think Harold almost dodged it. I think he did dodge it. He just locked it down and then ended up spinning right here. So, yeah, he did dodge it. No damage with the 18. But another yellow is out here tonight. Didn't they lose twice to the same team 2 years in a row? Like last year they lost to Texas, and then this year they lost to Texas? All right. Just kind of waiting here, folks. We're still under regulation. Texas? No, Texas didn't lose to TTU. Texas beat TTU. I've got it pulled up on my phone. What I'm saying is, yeah, that was twice in a row that happened. That Texas beat Texas Tech 2 years in a row. Well, go to sleep. All right, here we go. Lights are off. Kevin West, James Pileski. Still want to call him Polsky. Pileski, Anthony English, Jason Berg, Shane Ward, Mark Mann, Brad Elmore, Rick Seabranch, Joe Thompson, Aaron Walker, George Burns, Adam Kilday, Bubba Winningham, Ron Walters, Steve Loving. Right now it's our top 15. Of course, a lot can change in 5 laps. It'll be 4 to go when we go green. Everett. Yeah, my brother is in the hospital, Everett, so he hasn't got much sleep, if any at all. Well, we have had 6, so yeah, plenty of time for another one. All right, here we go. Pace car down to the safety of pit road. Kevin West going to be on the loud pedal. Here we go. Green's out. A little bit better of a start. Gotta get to the white flag, though. We get to the white flag, and if they wreck, well, they wreck. I'll just have to race it back to the line. It'll be 3 to go at the stripe. 3 wide back here, though. Oh, no! Oh, 15 goes for a ride! No! Oh, no! Man, Jeff Crosby Sr. goes for a ride and a half. Let's get back here and go take a look at it first, and then we'll go on board with Senior. It looks like right here we're going to have some contact between the 41 and the 15 here. Right there is where the contact, that's where it all began. That's where it all started. And then that air just catching that undercarriage of that 15 after the little bounce. And that is going to flip Jeff Crosby Sr. on his lid. And that Kellogg's cornflakes machine, man. All right, well, let's go on board here with Jeff Crosby Sr. If you get motion sickness, don't watch. There was nothing Jeff Crosby Sr. could have done. Man. All right, heavy damage, and he gets hit again. He gets hit by the 46 of David O right there. Oh, all right, well, that's going to set it up for a GWSC attempt. They only get 2. So this is our first attempt at it here tonight. Space Force cadet. Chris, might need a shot after that one. Bob, Kellogg's Cornflakes car lost his sugar. Kellogg's Flip Cakes, NASCAR edition. You guys are cracking me up. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Guys are killing me. All right, well, getting set for a GWC attempt here. We're going to step aside, pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Shopping for a new Chevy? Chevyland stands apart from the competition. Explore over 12 acres and more than 260 vehicles with truckloads of savings, like 10,000 off select new 2026 Silverado 1500s, 1.9% financing on Blazer and Silverado, plus the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months complimentary maintenance. That's peace of mind, only at Chevyland. And that's why we're #1 in North Louisiana. Come see the difference for yourself at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
All right, we are back. Speaking of that, a little bit of a story here real quick. I was watching a video on YouTube about frequent flyer miles back in the day, and they were doing, you can get like for every so many receipts or things off of the pudding back in the day, you would get so many miles, air miles. And so this guy found the hack to it, and he even went to like these thrift stores that sell food and bought every single cup of pudding and stuff that you could get. And he racked up, I think it was like, I don't know, a couple of million air miles. And you know, by law, they couldn't do nothing about it, and I mean, they tried to figure every way to not pay those, but by law they had to. So he got a couple of million air miles by spending roughly, I think it was like $2,000 or something like that on these puddings. It was go watch it. It's on YouTube. And ever since then, people's been trying to figure out how to hack the system again. So, I know what I got. Ran when flipped. Well, all right, Kevin West, James Pileski, Anthony English, Shane Ward, Mark Mann, Jason Berg, Brent Elmore, Rick Seabranch, Joe Thompson, Adam Kilday, top 10. GWC attempt #1 coming up. Now remember, they only get 2 attempts at it. So we're going to go green. They got to make it to the white flag. If they do and they wreck, well, they race it back to the line. If they wreck, caution comes out before the white flag. We'll rack it up and do it one more time. And then after that, the next flag will end the race, whether it be a caution or the checkered. But here we go. Pace car will go down to the safety of pit road. Yogon! Green flag is out! I ain't gonna be having that. I'm done with it. Seen too much of it. Done with it. I'll just keep banning them too. They want to keep coming in here and causing problems. I'm not gonna have it. All right. Got to get to the white flag. Down into turn 3. Coming into the middle of 3 and 4. And out of turn number 4. Here coming to the white flag. Can we get there? About 100 foot. Here we go. White flag in the air. One more time around. We're going to finish it under 1 GWC attempt here. But who is it going to be? Kevin West, James Pileski, Anthony English, Mark Man, Shane Ward right now top 5. But you can't rule out everybody behind them, because if they wreck up here, then, well, it is going to be setting the stage here for, well, somebody to pull it out. But we're going to dive it down into 3 here tonight. Kevin West lead the way out of turn number 4, making that car wide. Coming to the line. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be the 01? Is it going to be the 44? Kevin West going to win it here tonight. They pile it up behind him. Kevin West winning it here tonight. Anthony English right there in second. 7/1000ths of a second. And James Pileski will round out the top 3 podium, but Kevin West, your winner here tonight. First win of the season for Mr. Kevin. We'll, of course, get the top 3 up here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show. I'm going to go ahead and start dragging them up here to the waiting room. I've already got Anthony, but I got to find the rest of them. So, all right, well, we're going to see Kevin burn it up here, and we're going to get a closer look at him here real quick as he burns it up here on the grass here tonight. Bringing in a lot of smoke. All righty, folks, give me just a few minutes, and I'll get the top 3 up here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show, and we'll we'll talk to these guys. So hang tight, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, I've caught up with the top 3 here tonight. I am trying to get James's car on a track here. It looks like he did pull it down here and then get out, but that's all right. We'll go ahead and get him down here and have a talk with him here real quick. James, buddy, pulling out a P3 right where you started. You led a handful of laps, 6 laps out here tonight. I know you were trying to fight your way and grab the victory out here tonight. But hey, with everything that was going on down there on the track, and having to survive some of the stuff. Man, you were able to pull out a P3. Awesome job, man. Talk about it. The pit stops out here tonight. Pit road, and just the overall racing, buddy. Awesome job.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's been a rough couple weeks, so I'm just glad to have a solid finish. Just the outside just sucked. You can't really do anything out there. So I was really hoping to restart 3rd on that one restart. Felt pretty solid with that move, but then we got a bunch of cautions, and I ended up 2nd in those restarts. And it's like, I don't know, these cars just suck on the outside here. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a setup. I don't know what it is, but they just get so tight, and you just I don't know, you just can't go anywhere. It's really hard. So whatever. Happy with the 3rd. I mean, I needed a good points night. It's been a rough few weeks for me, so I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain. I mean, coming into tonight, I mean, it was you needed some points. You know, I know you were in the top 16. I think you were back there in 11th, so good points tonight for you. You're gonna gain some ground, but we got a long season to go. But you know, what a way to start it out here tonight. You know, round number 5. You know, gaining some points to try to at least solidify a top 16 at least to get into the chase. After the 10 races, but. These tracks, this car is not easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, but at the same time, I don't know. It works good on certain tracks and certain tracks that don't. Like, for whatever reason, the old Daytona, this car I feel like is way better. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but you can make the outside work because the inside's so bumpy. Here, it was like anytime you tried to go outside, it got so tight, and especially like the tri-oval for whatever reason, it's just super tight.
Yeah.
We had like fresh tires there at the end, so like we were kind of able to dig, but I needed help and I didn't really have any. So, what are you gonna do?
Well, James,
I'm
hey,
happy with the third.
yeah, be happy with a third. Knock it out next week. We go to a bigger track, Talladega, buddy, for round number 6. So, how do you feel about Talladega, knowing it is a bigger track, and you can maneuver a little bit better there?
Well, I'm not going to get too big-headed like my last interview. I said, Talladega is kind of my bitch there, but it kind of fucked me after that. So we're just going to see how it goes. I'm pretty confident at all the tracks we go to. It just, you got to have some luck on your side. So I haven't had a whole lot of it. So tonight it was pretty solid. I never had any damage. I got 2 incidents. So, it was a pretty solid night. We were clean all night, just rode a lot and try to be there at the end, and we came up too short.
Yeah, hey, I wouldn't complain though. P3, started P3, wouldn't complain at all. I'd be happy with a P3, I wouldn't complain. So, awesome job, James. Go celebrate your P3 out here tonight. Get them next week here for, round number 6. I know you got a few final thought shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate. So I'll turn the mic back over to you, bud.
I want to thank you guys for broadcasting this. It's fun to watch. I like to go back and watch it after my race is over. Thank OP guys, all them, for letting us come join this league this season. And, thanks to Wes and Kevin. We worked together throughout the night, and good win to Kevin. And, I think Wes is still pretty solid in the points, despite his bad night. So, yeah, that's about it.
It was overall good night for all y'all. So go celebrate, and we'll see you next week, bud. Awesome job.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you, bud. All right, well, that is going to bring us to our P2 here tonight. Y'all know him well, the 44 of Anthony English. Anthony, not the spot you wanted, but, after, some hiccups out here tonight, even though you didn't have any incidents from my stats out here tonight, you're going to come away with, unscathed. So, awesome job on that. But, man, talk about it. The battles out there on the track out here tonight. The battle with Kevin there at the end. And, what if you could have done anything differently to get around Kevin, what would you have done and how would you have done it, man? Mike's yours.
I think the only chance me or James had on getting to him was one of us being clear coming off of 2 that last lap onto the backstretch. Like, if I was clear of James or he was clear of me, I think we would have been able to get a run on him to do something, to try something at least a little earlier. But, yeah, you only have so much real estate when you come out of turn 4, even if you got the run, hoping to do anything. But I had a decent look at it, so I'll take that as a win. Plus, like you said, 0 incidents tonight, so nice clean car.
Yeah.
No paint job needed for next week.
Yep. Tala wasn't here out here tonight, so you're going to bump over to him. I would assume you were only 3 behind him. So you're going to bump into that P2 spot. I don't know. You might surpass Wes. You was 5 behind Wes. Wes didn't have, the best of nights out here tonight. So you might surpass him. You might be our new points leader. I don't know. We'll see how all that,
I can tell you, I did the points already.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, he finished 31st, so...
Wes dropped 6 spots to 7.
Oh, no. Yeah, so we have a new
Talon
points
dropped
leader.
to 11th.
Oh, wow.
So you got me, Rick, Mark, Joe Thompson, Jason Berg's your top 5. And then it goes Pileski, Hogue, Butler, Guerrero, and Wing is your top 10.
Oh, wow. So, yep, new points leader going into next week. But, you know, I know we're going into round 6, and, you know, we still got a lot of racing to do.
And there's still drop weeks, too.
Yeah,
So
and there's still
it'll all
drop
get
weeks.
tightened back up once the drop weeks kind of get
Yeah.
figured back and everything here later in the season.
When do you figure those in?
Usually race 7 is when it'll add one, and then race 8 it'll add the second one.
Okay, so we got a couple more
And then
races.
it'll just keep the best, or then at that point it'll just keep dropping the worst ones. So even if you get a worse wreck or a worse finish, you know, the 9th or 10th race or whatever, it'll swap to that one or whatnot. But yeah.
Okay, all right.
So we'll see that here in a couple weeks, but
yeah. Well, you know,
because it will factor in.
Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so. Well, you know, Daytona's not as wide of a track, but, you know, you guys made it work out here tonight with a handful of yellows, but, you know,
yeah, not too bad.
Not bad, you know, compared to the other races we've had, but we'll talk about
One
it.
was definitely my fault.
I wasn't going to say that, but, you know.
It just didn't shift, dude. Like, seriously, on that restart, I took off and I hit my button and it didn't shift. And by the time I realized I didn't hit my button, it hit my button.
It was too late.
I was getting run over. We were all dying. So I apologize to everybody for that one. That was definitely on me. I don't know. I've never had to do that before, so I don't know if it was user error or mental error, or I guess that would still be user error, huh? But
it was a combination of both.
Yeah, it was a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I lost all skill and everything at that one exact moment.
You had one job, just one. I'm picking on Anthony for earlier tonight, okay? So, you know, but, you know, anyway, Anthony, you know, Daytona's not wide, but we go to Talladega next week, a much wider track. You know, you've already got, you know, a win on the season. I know you didn't win, you know, round number 2 at Talladega, but, you know, you did come in 3rd. So, you know, you got some redemption gonna happen next week.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, we'll see what we can do. I think I won the first Daytona race where we had.
Yeah.
I was close tonight, but IRSS race last week. I think I let one get away with idiocy last week on that one, but we'll just keep trucking along in the future. Hopefully we just keep good finishes. I mean, at this point, it's just trying to ride up into the playoffs, and then, you know, then that's when you really want the good runs to be happening.
Yeah, definitely so. The good runs on the track, not the runs that everybody else don't want. We won't talk about it, but use your imagination. Anyway, you know,
eating your grandma's salmonella mac and cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Those kind. All right. Oh man. We're gonna gross everybody out in chat here. They're gonna leave. But anyway, awesome job out here tonight, Anthony. I know one got away from you, but hey, we got more action going on Talladega next week. Awesome job, P2 out here tonight. Clean car. I know you got some final thought shout outs, things you want to give, buddy. So I'll turn the mic back over to you, bud.
Yeah, big shout out to you, Josh with MaxspeedTV, Steven and all them guys, everything they do to give us the product that you guys give us, you know, much appreciated. Big shout out to the admins that helped me wrangle in all these guys here and all that. It can be a handful. Some of these guys are crazy. I won't name any names, but they know who they are. No, I'm just no, big shout out to all the admins and everything that do what they do to help out. Bubba, Alex, Jimmy, Adam, all them guys. Workman's on a hiatus this season. Bad workman, but yeah. Shout out to Kevin for winning tonight. I think it's his first race in OP, so he did a good job. I race with him in another league every once in a while, and he's a decent fella. So, you know, good big shout out to him for getting the dub, and all the guys in the channel. You know, we do our thing, try to do the best we can, and I think a lot of us came home with some solid results and stuff. So, you know, big shout out to those guys. Everybody at home watching. Alex Greene for sponsoring tonight. OP Racing in general for eight long strong years. I've only been around for like six of it. But yeah, it's been a fun ride, and wouldn't do this anywhere else with any other group of guys. So a big shout out to the league in general, everybody that's ran here from the beginning to the end. Everybody at home watching, the beautiful girlfriend on the couch ignoring me, and everybody that in races in general. And yeah.
All righty, Anthony. Well, appreciate those kind words, buddy. Go celebrate your P2 out here tonight. We'll see you Saturday, bud.
Thanks, man.
Yep, thank you. All right, well, that is going to bring us to our winner here tonight. Kevin West bringing it into victory lane. Man, Kevin, you led 27 laps out here tonight, on top of winning, on top of, leading a lot of laps. Awesome job, buddy, man. I believe Anthony was saying this was your first race with OP?
Very first race, man. Wes Hogue messaged me on Facebook, said, "Hey, man, you want to come do this race?" I said, "Well, yeah, why not?" Joined up real quick. The admins got me in, and we came in and whooped them.
Yeah. Well, you did what you had to do to bring it into victory lane. I think you also had 0 incidents out here tonight. You were out here 16 laps. I think there was a lot of drivers out here, 16 laps here at the end. You didn't have to use your fast repair either, so, awesome job on top of that. And, talk about the racing out here tonight, Kevin, for, your first race jumping in. And, other than winning, I know you're ecstatic. I know these guys, they know you. I know you don't know a lot of them in here, but you know a handful of them. But, talk about your first race in here. What do you like about it? And, what do you think about, going forward and coming out here and, just keeping on whipping them?
Well, I had a lot of fun out here tonight. We had, quite a few cautions, but we did have a green flag pit stop, which was a lot of fun. And I think that green flag pit stop is actually what set us up for the win. We had a really good stop and came out, was able to get the lead, and had a lot of good racing up front. Yeah, I can't complain about the racing. I'm having fun here in the OP Racing TNT series.
Well, we got, several more races left to go. We got Talladega coming up, round number 6. And we've got, of course, the 08 Daytona, IRSS, back to new Daytona, and then Talladega to round out the regular season. But, I know you got some catching up to do, when it comes to making, potentially the top 16. But seeing that I know you can do it, and do you think you have what it takes to come out here, next week at Talladega, round number 6, and, grab another win or a good, top 3, top 5 finish and, put yourself in a good spot to maybe make that top 16 chase?
We might just set that goal here and see if we can get in the top 16. I mean, we came out here, basically rolled off the couch and won the race. So, I mean, I don't see why I can't just win the rest of the races all season long and just make the chase. I don't see why we couldn't, be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I got to say, man, it's, you coming out here and, pulling out the victory. You beat Anthony there by, 7 thousandths of a second. It was close. But, it's all about, crossing the line first, and that's what you did. So, Daytona is not, not a very wide track, but Talladega next week, Kevin, is. What do you like or dislike about Talladega? What do you like or dislike about these cars going into that track? And, what are your expectations, as you enter maybe the practice session for that track next week?
Well, Talladega, you can run 3 wide there fairly comfortably in these cars if you know what you're doing. So that kind of opens up a little bit more, options for taking runs and whatnot. It's a little bit harder to do here at Daytona, but yeah, Talladega. I mean, wide open, fast. What's not to like, man? I'm actually looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Kevin, awesome job on the win out here tonight, winning at a Daytona, buddy. I know you got a few final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate, so I'll turn the mic back over to you, bud.
Yes, sir. Thanks to the admins, like I said, getting me in last minute here. Appreciate that. Looks like the race was sponsored by Alex Greene. Thank you for that, Alex Greene. I've got a fairly decent TikTok channel going on. If you guys want to check me out on TikTok, it's Trailer Park Dude. I've got all kinds of iRacing content on there you might like. And shout out to my teammates there, Pileski and Rowdy Wes Hogue. Those guys helped me out tonight, so appreciate it.
Yep. All righty, Kevin, go celebrate, buddy. I'll make sure I check that out. Go celebrate out here tonight, buddy. We'll hopefully see you next week, man. Awesome job.
All right, thank you. We'll see you next week, bud.
Thank you, bud. All right, Kevin West out here grabbing the win for round number 5 of the OPTNT Racing Super Speedway Series. But, you know, I know the points are already done, so this is going to be the official results here tonight. Kevin West grabbing the win out here tonight. 7 thousandths of a second ahead of P2 of Anthony English. James Pileski there in 3rd. Shane Ward 4th. Mark Mann grabbing the top 5 here tonight. Rick C. Brands in 6th. Jason Berg 7th. Adam Kilday in 8th. And Brett Elmore 9th. And Gabe Butler rounding out our top 10. George Burns in 11th. Joe Thompson in 12th. Steve Loving 13th. Bobby Wetzel 14th. Larry Johnson 15th. James Mayer 16th. Harold Rothery 17th, Aaron Walker in 18th, Jeff Crosby Jr. 19th, and Matthias Swing 20th. Bubba Winningham 21st, Ron Walters 22nd, Nicholas Swing 23rd, Jeff Crosby Sr. 24th, David Overstreet 25th, Brian Elmore 26th, Vicente Guerrero 27th, Andrew Schroeder 28th, Eric Laurie 29th, and Dwayne Corbett in 30th, Wes Hogue 31st, Joseph Holder 32nd. Jason Kinzer, 33rd. Travis Elliott, 34th. James Young, 35th. Alex Greene, 36th. Not the race, and, you know, he won it out here tonight, coming out here sponsoring tonight. The OP Racing Founders Classic, and I think he had to call it a night early. So a big shout out to Alex for sponsoring tonight's race, though, man. Big shout out to you there, bud. And rounding out the field here tonight is going to be Chris Coleman. But again, our winner here this evening is going to be Kevin West here tonight. But, you know, we're going to be off tomorrow night, Friday, back in action Saturday, Sunday, and then the Premier Series starts Monday right here on MaxspeedTV. All the nights are 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, right here on MaxspeedTV. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say it. You know, I didn't want to have to do that to Tyrondo, but, you know, I'm not going to have somebody else jumping on his account talking like that. So, unfortunately, we did lose a viewer out here tonight. But, you know, if you want to come in here and start causing trouble, unfortunately, you know, that's what's going to happen. It's your account. You need to take care of it. So, you're not going to have any issues in chat all across the board. You can have fun, but don't start causing any issues. So you will be banned. You'll get warned several times, but if you keep going, you will be banned. So we're not going to put it. And yes, I'll make a sticky note. So, but that's going to do it here tonight for MaxspeedTV. Until next time, folks, stay safe. Thank you all, and have a good night.
Engines roll, the night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the race is